Mazel tov, thank you. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'akol niyeh b'dvaroi. Who's your side? Mr. Kornbluth. You like this? All right, before we start, is that, I don't know, it looks like it's kind of cut off. It's fine? This is a guy from Chicago watching the shir, and on the bottom it says, loving it. If you know this guy, you understand it. His license plate also says shtick. Loving it. All right, this is a nice one. This is a guy by the name of Dovi Lichter. He watches every day. Nacha Haredi. His father says he knows you know him. You went to school with him. Jacob Lichter. You know him? Your mishpacha. Jonathan Stefansky mishpacha. All right, Jacob Lichter, a star. I think he knows a lot of people here. He knows Nachman, I think. This was very heartwarming yesterday for one reason. It says, this is from Harav Hertz Hasenfeld. He's a big Talmud Chacham. He once sent me a while ago a marsha, a whole thing. When I went on a skiing trip and I did the 8 minutes in the ski trip, he sent me L'chvoid Rabbi Umayri. Okay, we're going to erase that. Lots of nachas from the Seinik and all your children. Uncle to Mayor, Hertz Hasenfeld, Uncle to Mayor. P.S. I haven't missed a single shir since you started the 8-minute daf. That's over a year ago. Keep up the great work. And he writes, through safaris, Switzerland, my brother-in-law Yitzchak Jacob's home, your Chicago home, Purim, Trump, daf, foreign bookcase background, blue screen background, green screen background, up and including the Gemara daf background. Kitzi hasn't missed a single one, I believe. He's one of those consistent kind of people. And finally, from my favorite guy, Bernie. You guys remember Bernie? What? All of them. I wasn't in there, no. I didn't? No, that was the monkeys. Thanks for reading my shtoch email last week. I'm impressed with the more and more pictures in the 8-minute daf and also the new feature of saying when you go to Amud Beis and the graphics which switches to Amud Beis. Yesterday I got an email from a guy who goes, I really hope that you start switching to Amud Beis and telling us when you're in Amud Beis. I said, I could see from your email you haven't watched the last 2 days. You are still a bit too intense in the 8-minute daf. Do us a favor. Please smile daily at least once in the video for each daf. Thanks in advance. Finally, for now, curious as to why you blow up the emails on a very large paper. Kol Tov, Bernie, feel the burn. Feel the burn, the shtocher with another email. And now we could jump right into it. You guys know why I do it on a big piece of paper. First of all, that's my printer. Second of all, so you guys could see the emails, so you could actually read it. But okay, fine. What? Yeah, Be'ezer Hashem, we're going to have TV screens. It's becoming more and more. Shalom Aleichem. We got a new face. Where are you from? And now? So you're a guest. Beautiful. Shalom Aleichem. From Muncie, from Cleveland. Zok de Heilige Gemara. We are very, very behind, so we got to start moving. Hold your important questions if you can. We're mamish in the middle of Daf Chafei Amud Beis, very behind. V'loi yiskase b'mayim haroim. Where's my thingy? Don't tell me I don't have it today. We're holding Daf Chafei Amud Beis in the middle of the page, and I don't have my thing. Ugh. So I'm going to have to use David Address's thing, but it's going to slide. Here we go. All right. Let's see if this works. You guys see it in the middle of the page. So a person's in the mikvah, and he's, it's my Kriya Shema, you're allowed to use the mikveh water, but if the water is really nasty water, thank you, it has a foul odor, or you try to soak cotton in it and it really doesn't smell bad, it smells bad, you can't use that water to say a bracha, to say Kriya Shema. Until, says the Mishnah, when we learned it, we already explained the Gemara. There's Chesuri Mechsra, missing a couple of words. How much water do you have to put in there? It doesn't make any sense. You have a mikvah 40 saw, and you see the sun coming up. You're going to start filling up a mikvah and adding water to it. You know how long that takes? It takes hours. You're going to miss your zman. Avi is not referring to the foul-smelling odor. Oh, I have a clock. Don't worry.
No, we're not worried about it. Try and get it. You don't get it. You just do what you got to do.
Oh. Says the Gemara, it's referring to a completely different case. There's two cases. There's a guy in a mikveh that smells really bad. You're not going to be able to put any water in there. But if you have a puddle of meiraglaim next to you, as we're going to see soon, you just add water to it, you mevatel the meiraglaim, and then you can say Kriya Shema. Tana Rabbanan. How much water do you have to add? Now, why is adding water okay? Because the whole, as we said yesterday, meiraglaim is only the stream coming out of a person's body. Meiraglaim on the ground is only the Rabbanan. So such a thing you could be mevatel easily. There's a shayla here. How much water, how much meiraglaim are you talking about? Let's say you have 1,000 liters of meiraglaim. You can put one little revius into it. Some say yes. Let's assume, like the others, it's from one person from one time. It takes a revius, like a kiddush cup, whatever revius you pour it in. And that's mevatel it, and now you're allowed to say bracha next to it. We had this all the way from Avodah Zarah, this concept of kama bottle. In other words, if you have water in the bottom of a kli, and then you introduce, it was yain nesach in Avodah Zarah. Over here we're talking about meiraglaim. You start pouring the meiraglaim into the water that's already in a vessel. What happens is, the first drop that hits that water becomes nullified, becomes bottle. The second drop becomes bottle. So as you pour it, everything becomes bottle. But that's if it's on the bottom of the kli, you have a kli with regular clear water. So that's why it's enough b'kol shehu. If the meiraglaim is already in the kli, and now you want to add water to it, where now the water will be nullified, so to speak, now you need a revius or a machloikis. The whole machloikis is whether how much water you need on the bottom of the kli before you introduce the meiraglaim. There's a mandoma that holds even in such a case you need a full revius. Al basoif. Once the meiraglaim is already in the kli, according to everybody, you need a revius. Some of the revius of the shamei. Rav Yosef was machmir. He told his shamish, "Aisili revius to the mayo. Bring me a revius of mayo," meaning even lechatchila before there was anything in the kli, pour in a revius. Rabbi Zakai, Torah Rabbanon, Gurav Shorei. So this is this kli that usually people use it as a bathroom. It's completely clean now. You cleaned it out. Va'avid shomei raglayim. Also, likras kriya shema kenegdon. They are. What was the word you used? Disgusting. Whatever the word is. It's a nasty was the word. Okay. Yeah, nasty. It's not something you'll find in the art scroll though. It's nasty. MMA what? You can't say kriya shema. Now, why is it nasty? If it's like what we have today, porcelain and it's clean, or let's say a piece of metal, a piece of glass, it's not that nasty. The pshat is because in those days, earthenware absorbed. So Mela, even though you cleaned it out, it has still some meiraglaim in it, you can never say Kriya Shema next to it. Or meiraglaim atzman, let's say you took the meiraglaim, poured it in a plastic cup, you have to nullify it with regular water. And this is what we had before. Now it says the Gemara another halacha. If you have a bed that makes a mechitza between you and the meiraglaim. Reb Shimon Gamliel Oimer, we have to remember this. What does Reb Shimon Gamliel say? La'achar hamito koire lifnei hamito eine koire. Says Reb Shimon Gamliel, the bed creates a mechitza. So if the meiraglaim is behind a bed, it's mafsik. Aval, If it's not mafsik, if the meraglaim is in front of you, you have to distance yourself 4 amas. Reb Shimon ben Elazar, not Reb Shimon Gamliel. Reb Shimon ben Elazar says, "Afilu bayis meo amolo yikrat yitzim hashenich samito." Says Reb Shimon ben Elazar that an entire house is considered 4 amas. So if you have a house that's 100 amas wide, it's not enough that you distance yourself 4 amas from the meraglaim, because the whole house is considered 4 amas. It's one room. However, if you put the meraglaim underneath a bed, as we're going to see soon, how high off the ground is this bed? The bed has the ability to make it its own domain. What is Reb Shimon Gamliel saying? Behind the bed he's allowed to read, say right away without distance. And if there's no mechitza, he has to distance himself a full 4 amas. Even if there's a mechitza, he must distance himself 4 amas, and only then he could say Kriya Shema. What's the yahrzeit? What's his name? Her? Avram ben Aaron Yitzchok, Lilu Nishmas Avram ben Yitzchok. And Rav Dambi. Moshe Chaim ben Rav David Emmanuel Dambi. Toshma, the Sanya Reb Shimon ben Elazar Omer. So let's see what he's saying. Do you have to distance yourself even if there's a bed or not? Says Reb Shimon ben Elazar, Achar Amita Kore Miyad. It says over here Miyad. You don't have to distance yourself 4 amas. Lifnei Amita, Marchik Arba Amos. Reb Shimon Gamliel Omer, Afilu. Listen to this. Reb Shimon ben Gamliel, because we're very confused now. We had 2 names that are very similar. We had Reb Shimon ben Gamliel and Reb Shimon ben Elazar. Now the Gemara says, in the name of Reb Shimon ben Gamliel, Afilu bayis meyo ama leikra. Wait a minute, who said that before? Reb Shimon ben Elazar. What's Reb Shimon ben Gamliel talking about a bayis meyo ama? So that's a problem. Think about it for a second. But what we try to prove is that if it's behind the bed, koirei miyad, you don't have to distance yourself 4 amas. Says the Gemara, Bayiv Shitalon, okay, you solved the problem. You don't have to distance yourself. But the names are messed up. Says the Gemara, Eifoch Bas Raisa, the second Braisa, where it says that Reb Shimon Gamliel says the entire house, or like you said over there, 1 room that's 100 amas long, is considered 4 amas. That's not Reb Shimon ben Gamliel. That's in fact Reb Shimon ben Elazar. Who told you which one to flip? Maybe it's Reb Shimon Gamliel that says that halacha, not Reb Shimon ben Elazar. Says Gemara, who is it? Reb Shimon ben Elazar. I know for a fact it's Reb Shimon ben Elazar. Says Rashi, Man Shamislei lo yodati heichoni. Says Rashi, I searched in all of Shas. I never found such Reb Shimon ben Elazar. I don't know where the Gemara got it from. Says the Gilyon of Shas on the side, which is Rabbi Akiva Eiger. He says, so here's the thing. If anybody asks you, did Rabbi Akiva Eiger ever learn Shas? You'll ask him back, did Rabbi Akiva Eiger ever miss a Rashi in Shas? He brings on the side 43 Rashis in Shas, where Rashi says, Lo yadana hechikoi. Not only did he read every Rashi, he remembered every Rashi, exactly where they say it and how they say it, without the Bar Ilan program. Zok the Gemara. I think that's very impressive. So maybe as he's going through Shas, he underlined it or something, but it's very interesting. He brings every single place. Look on the side, you'll see 43 places. Zok the Gemara. Omer Rav Yosef, Boi minei mirav Huna, mita pachis mishleisha pshitali, dikala avadami. So now, hold on a second, this. Ay. Shkoyach. Here's the bed. The bed, this is the height of the bed. Now, ignore this might not be to scale. But if from the foot to the bottom of the bed is 3 tfachim, what happens is, it's as if the bed is laying on the ground. So whatever you have underneath the bed, it's as if it's covered by the bed. Okay, now, so that's a lavud. What if the bed is raised from the ground up to 9 tfachim? I don't know. If the bed is higher, the bottom part of the bed is higher than 10 tfachim, it's not a shaila. Why? Omar Abaye Shabar Avat Lo Yiborilach. You shouldn't have asked him that. It's a good thing you didn't ask. Kol Asara Rishusa Achrita Hi. What does that mean, Rabbi Isai? It's as if you have another Rishus. Why? Where? How? Pshat is that if the bottom part, right over here, let's say pretend from the bottom of the foot to over here is 10 Tvachim, so now you just enclose it. It's like you have a tent here. It's like its own little room. All of a sudden it became its own little room. So if you have anything below the bed, soya, merigayim, whatever, that you don't smell, it's as if it's closed up, it's in its own little room, and Memelo, you're allowed to say Kriya Shema facing it. What's going on?
So 10 is ideal.
10 or 3 Tvachim is great because of Lavud, and 10 Tvachim, what's it? 10 is not okay. 10 is a bayis b'fnei atzmo. And Memela, it could. That's why it's its own entity. Its own rishus. Rishus achriti, and Memela covers it. It's as if you could say in front of it. It's his own rishus. No. No. Look in your things. What does it say? What? What? Weird. Okay, got to look into it.
Does it smell?
No, it doesn't smell. That's what I said. It doesn't smell, but it's in its own entity. You're saying that Rashi says this. I have to see how. Okay. That what? It cannot. What? It cannot be its own rishus. Okay, so I'm corrected. What? In my Eben, I said it's not good. Now I'm saying it is good. So I'm going back that it's not good. Like the Eben Adaf.
Rashi's saying it's so far away. It's not like it's also not under it. That's all. Rashi's saying not only it's not it's also not under the bed anymore. It's not under the bed. So it's okay.
No, it's not okay. He's saying. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, that's it. Starting to make mistakes, Rabbi saying. Every single day I make a mistake. Bli ayin hara. What's that? Where do you see that? No. I don't see that. All right. Zog to Gemara. I'll get back to you on this. I'll have to look in the 8-minute again and see what he says. Zog to Gemara. In the chart it says it's no good. It's not considered. But the chart is not me really. Okay, fine. I got this off the 8-minute. Zog the Gemara. Shkoyach. I'm gonna have another email now from Bernie. Where am I? This doesn't work. I need like a piece of Teflon on the bottom of it. Halacha Karebi Shimon ben Elazar that the whole house is considered Amarava Hilchasa. If it's under 3, you have a lava like we said before. It says if it's touching the ground. Asara Rishus Achritehi. It's another Rishus. Zok Rashi, it's not another Rishus. Okay. Mishloisha Asara Hainu the boy Minei Rav Yismi Ravuna V'lei Pashalei. From 3 to 10, we don't know. Amarav Halacha Karebi Shimon ben Elazar, going back that the entire house is considered 4 amas. V'chein Omar Bali Omar Rav Yaakov Berachos bas Shmuel. Remember the son of the daughter of Shmuel, because his father was Isig Yaira. Halacha Karebi Shimon ben Elazar. V'Rava Omar Ein Halacha Karebi Shimon ben Elazar. Rabbi Chayi Yasikle Lebrei. Rabbi Chayi was marrying off his son Bei Rav Yitzchok bar Shmuel bar Marta to the son of Rav Yitzchok. Eili lechupa. They went. They did a real chuppah. In other words, they went home. V'lo have mistaye milsa, and it didn't work. They couldn't consummate their marriage. Ozal basrei calls up his tati. What should I do? So the father comes to check it out. I'm just explaining where did the father show up over here. Chaza, he realizes Rav Achai Sefer Torah de Manach. What's going on there? He's in a room with the Sefer Torah. Whose fault is it? Of course, it's the Shver's fault. Amalu, if I didn't show up now, Sakantun Lebri, Says Rashi, my son, if it would have worked, he would have been chayiv misa for such an aver. Tashmish with the Sefer Torah. The sanyo bayishesh by Sefer Torah tefillin also l'shamish by sambita sheyitzim moshianichem kli b'toich kli. This is an eitzah. Either you remove it from the house completely, or you put it within a vessel within a vessel. And this, like we had the other day with the tefach ear space. So, if the kli is a new one, great. If it's made, let's say my towels bag, you have, forget it. Is this? I'm going to spill something there. You have, I don't want to take it out completely, but there's kli b'toich kli. Here, this is a kli. This is a kli that's in a kli. That's in another kli. That's in another kli. All four of these kalim are one. Even the bayis, this is considered one. It is one, but one. Now, if I want to make sure that I'm not chayiv misa, I have to cover this with one more kli. Shkoyach.
Why is this considered?
It's considered one. Here, look. Even 10. What do you mean the third? Even 10 is considered one. What?
No, this one is not.
Why? Isn't that what I use every day for it? Okay, another thing. Listen, twice in one day is not good. Zok the Gemara, Omar Rava Glima, a kamtero. Here, there's a kamtero right over here. You have oren for the Sefer Torah, kichli b'toich kli dami. Now, if I put a clothing on top of this, I take my coat and I drape it over this, now I have two kalim. This is one. I guess the Sefer Torah's mantle is nothing, because this and the Sefer Torah's mantle is one, and my coat is something that doesn't belong in there. That creates the second kli. Omer Yeshua ben Levi, and now we're holding on today's daf Chavav Amdalef. Yeah. Mezuzah, he said, is also the same thing. That's why it has to be out of the bedroom. I'm just saying because people complain that you don't hear it on the video. And I say yes, and what do you say yes to? Omer Yeshua ben Levi, Sefer Torah Tzoch Lasis Lo Mechitza Asora. Says Yeshua ben Levi, it doesn't help a kiss b'soich kiss. You need to make a wall. Ravashi happened to come upon his bedroom, the monach by Sefer Torah, he realizes there's a Sefer Torah inside. But there was a wall. You pass on if you don't have another room, you have another room. You must take your Sefer Torah out. 10 tefachim is not enough. You're 100% right. It completely slipped my mind. You have to distance yourself 4 amos. If you put your back to the tzoya, then it's 4 amos. As we had yesterday. If one sees tzoya in front of him, it doesn't matter how far away it is. If he could see it, you're not allowed to daven, you're not allowed to say Kriya Shema. A person can stand in front of Beis HaKisei. We're talking about a Beis HaKisei that doesn't have walls. So the Gemara wants to answer initially that yes, you're allowed to stand in front of a Beis HaKisei, but only, even though you see it. So the Gemara, no, there's no tzayah there to see. For the Gemara, that can't be. You're not allowed to stand in front of a Beis HaKisei. I'm sorry. This Beis HaKisei that he said that you're allowed to stand, it's talking about that you're not allowed to, even though it has tzoya. Even if it has tzoya, and says the Gemara, but we're talking about even in a case where it doesn't have tzoya. It's still not allowed to use, still not allowed to daven or stand in front of it. Where does it say the nafkamina between these two brises? One says you're allowed to daven in front of Beis HaKisei. One says you're not allowed to. If it's brand new, never used, then you're allowed to. But that can't be because that was also a shiloh whether you're allowed to daven in front of Beis HaKisei that was never used. His meal of Beis HaKisei ma'u, like we had yesterday with Abaya, a person said that this bathroom should be this room, like over there, right over there. Nobody ever used it as a bathroom, I hope. But they were mazmin it as a bathroom. We said that is going to be the bathroom. What's the halacha? Are you allowed to daven? Says the Gemara, yesh zimun or yesh zimun. Just, what's the word again? Designated. If just designating it, is it considered a bathroom or not? Over there, the Shiloh was going inside the bathroom that was designated. Everybody agrees that if you stand opposite the bathroom, so right over there, because there is going to be a bathroom where that ladder is, if you look around, if you face that, that's not a problem. If you're in there with the ladder, that's the Shiloh. That was the suffix at least. Very interesting. The Parsim, they invented the first bathroom. Basically, they had a tube of some sort, and you go to the bathroom and everything would roll out outside. So never stayed in the room. Afagav, this boot tsoya, kistumim damu. Even though they have tsoya, people use it for tsoya, it's as if it's sealed, you're allowed to say Shema. Now, I'm not going to go into it because it's a huge chazanish, and this is the famous chazanish based on this. What about our bathrooms? Are they better or worse off than Parsim? Now you have to assume, you think to yourself, that our bathrooms are 100 times better. They're so clean, you could literally eat off the porcelain. What's the problem? It never smells most of the time. It's better than a 2,000-year-old pipe that goes downwards, who knows, 5 feet. Says the Chazanish, no, because in our bathrooms the tsoya sits there, and only afterwards you flush it. Over there, it never had a chance to sit. It just rolled right off. So it was never in your room. Perhaps the Parsim are even better than our bathrooms. So anyways, he doesn't come out with a big conclusion at the end of the day.
Sure stuff. There's no way it just rolled completely.
That's what I was thinking, but the Gemara doesn't say that. Maybe they put some sort of dirt on it, some sand, I don't know what, that just rolled right off and never... What do you think, it was plastic? They had their ways. They put a little...
Fell down.
Also, theirs was different. Whatever they ate was... What about an airplane? Underneath you. Zok the Gemara. Zok the Mishnah. We're holding by the Mishnah, and Rabbi said we did this Mishnah word for word. Huh? That guy from the kosher lamp. Here you go, Rabbi. Kosher toilet. Zok the Mishnah. Zov Shirah Keri. Vinida, don't give him any ideas. You're going to have all these chazinishniks with the kosher toilets, like these pipes coming out of their house. Shoo, you walk by in Bnei Brak, boo! What was that? That's the kosher toilet. Zok the Mishnah. Zov Shirah Keri. Vinida Shapata Shichva Zera. Now, what's this Mishnah talking about? We're talking about adding keri to an existing tumah. So what happened? A person was a zav. A zav is he had 2 emissions of Zivah. Again, that's not keri. It looks different. It is different. It comes from a disease. If a man sees that twice even in one day, he becomes a zav gomor, and therefore he has to wait 7 days and then go to the mikvah. Make sure he doesn't have another day. Then all of a sudden he becomes about keri. Now the keri doesn't add anything. He still has to wait 7 days and go to the mikvah. So what good is it? Ezra was misakin that you have to go to the mikvah in order to say Torah. What's the purpose of him going to the mikvah if anyways he's tamei? Same exact halacha. Nida shapota shechva zera. She's a nida already. She has to go to the mikvah in 7 days. And then out comes zera, like we saw by Sinai, 3 days it could come out. That's an additional tumah to the tumah she has already. What's the point? If she wants to talk and learning, say Kriya Shema, why should she go to the mikvah? Yeah. Now this case is a little different. First, she had the tumah of zera, of keri, and then only afterwards, she became a nida. Tzrichen tefillah, says the Tanakama, they need a tefillah. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's going to remove the tumah of keri, which Ezra was concerned about. Yes, there's another tumah there, but somewhere in there, he's removing that tumah. Rabbi Yehuda Poiter, Rabbi says, it makes no sense. At the end of the day, this person stays tamei after the mikveh, so what's the point of going into the mikveh? Ezra never spoke about this case. Ibailu, Balkari Shara Zivah Rabbi Yehuda Mao. What about a similar case to the third case in the Mishnah? The exact same case, basically. He's first keri, and then all of a sudden he adds to that Zivah. Not Zivah and then keri, but rather keri then Zivah. In other words, what's the Gemara Shaila? Over there, in the case of Zivah and then Keri, the Mikar Lav Bar Tefillah, because he started out not being able to be toivel today, has to wait 7 days anyways, and then he added on top of that a Keri. But Keri, Zivah, should Mikar Bar Tefillah, he could go to the mikvah before he became a Zav. He just forgot to go, he was too lazy, and then afterwards he added a new Tumah to that. Maybe in that case, he should go to the mikvah. Mechayiv. Or Dimaloishna. Tashma, I see it in the Mishnah of Furish. There's an identical case by a woman. Hamshameshes, she becomes a Balas Keri first. Viraso Nida Tzrichat Tefillah. I say Balas Keri, meaning the Tumah of the Keri, the Tumah of Zera. Tzrichat Tefillah of Rabbi Yehuda Poiter. So it's mamish this case. Rabbi Yehuda is going to say in that case, Potter. It's the same exact case. Potter Rabbi Yehuda. Shmamino. Tana Rabbi Chia Behedya, it says Mefurish. Balkeri, Shara, Ziva, Tzarech Tefillah, Rabbi Yehuda, Poiter. And with that, we finish. Hadron Aloch Misha Meisoi, Hadron Aloch Misha Meisoi, Hadron Aloch Misha Meisoi. Says the Mishnah, Tfilas HaShachar Ad Chatzois. When we say Tfilas HaShachar, we're talking about Shemon Esrei. We're only dealing with Shemon Esrei right now. Not Psuki de Zimmer and anything else. Until Chatzois. Chatzois is midday. Chatzois, you take the 12 hours of Zmaniyos, it doesn't matter how many physical hours are in the day. Let's say there's 10 hours, you divide it into 12 pieces. Chatzois is midday. I could say Shemona Esrei until midday. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, and the Gemara is going to say up until midday, not including that hour. Rabbi Yehuda Omer ad arba shois. I have until 4 hours. Here, find me this chart, please. Where are we? Here we go. So, here's 12 hours of the night, 12 hours of the day. Chatzois is midday from here. 6 hours in, I could say until here. Rabbi Yehuda says until 4 hours into the day. This is Vasikin right over here. I get 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine. Zog the Gemara. Oh, sorry. Mincha, Tfilas ha-mincha ad ha'erev. You could daven mincha until the evening. What's evening? Says Rashi, ad chashecha. They learn in Rashi that Rashi is saying here until tzeisak echavim. Other Rishonim say until shkia. Now, la halacha, the Mishnah Berurah says, mincha is only until shkia, meaning everything, including you have to finish your Shemona Esrei, the Chazan has to finish his Shemona Esrei, all before shkia. B'diavad, if somebody is stuck, you can daven mincha until 15 minutes before tzeisak echavim. Yet, the Mishnah Berurah says a tremendous thing that we have to know. He says it's better to daven mincha b'yechidus before shkia than to daven mincha b'tzibur after shkia. Now, why is it called mincha? Mincha means the offering they bring with the carbon. What's the connection? Shachris we understand, Ma'ariv we understand. What's mincha? So Tosfos brings down that it refers to the mincha that you bring with the tamid. But the question is, the Goyin asks, why dafka mincha? Now the mincha goes all the way to the night. Mincha doesn't really fit into what we're saying. Azay frek the Goyin. So he says though that the tamid, the mincha of the tamid, so the carbon tamid, the mincha goes with the carbon tamid. The carbon tamid, as we're going to see, goes only until mincha ktana, which is 9.5 hours into the day. So why we say mincha is ado erev? Mincha is not until the evening. So says the Going Beautiful, that is referring to the mincha that goes with the tamid. The mincha that goes with the tamid goes all the way to the night. The actual tamid, the carbon, only goes until 9.5 hours. Zog the Gemara, Zog the Mishnah, weiter. Rabbi Yehuda Omer ad plag mincha. So real quickly, does everybody know what mincha gdoila is? Plag mincha, mincha ktana? We'll go through it quickly so we should know it. Mincha gdoila is 6.5 hours into the day. In other words, a half an hour after Chatzois is when you could start davening mincha. Why? That's when you start bringing the carbon tamid of Bein Arbaim. So it's a half hour after Chatzois. Mincha ktana means 9.5 hours after the daytime, because that's when you stop bringing the carbon. That's when you typically bring the carbon tamid. Although you could bring the carbon tamid right here by the yellow, but if you do that, now you're locking out all the karbanos in the Beis Hamikdash. So what you do is you bring the carbon tamid over here by Mincha Ktana. 9.5 hours in. So that's the shear of Mincha Ktana. That's why we daven Mincha. Now, there's something called plag Mincha. What's plag? Like you're not allowed to be Mikabel Shabbos before plag. All these plags. Mincha Ktana, that's the Hefsek Tyro, like 2.5 hours before the nighttime. Plag means half. Half of what? Half of these 2.5 hours. In other words, Mincha Ktana is 2, you see, 1, 2.5. Mincha Ktana is 9.5 hours from the beginning of the day or 2.5 hours before the night. Now you take those 2.5 hours and you divide it in half. Plag. Half of that, which is 1 hour and a quarter. Plag HaMincha is an hour and a quarter before Shkia, before Erev. Zmaniyos. All these hours are shoy Zmaniyos. In other words, you take the daytime and you divide into 12 pieces, an hour and a quarter of a piece, not hour clock, hour and a quarter. So again, what? Shkia, so that would be the shayla. Shkia or tzeis. Yeah. So again, Mincha Gdoila is a half hour after Chatzos. Mincha Ktana is 9.5 hours after the beginning of the day, or 2.5 hours before the night is over. Zok the Gemara. Are we holding by Gemara? No, not yet. I think this is the 4th time I said Zok the Gemara. Tfilas ha'erev ein lo keva. Tfilas ha'mincha ad ha'erev, Rabbi Yehuda oimer ad plag ha'mincha. Only an hour and a quarter before. You can't go all the way to Shkia or Tzeizik Chavim. According to Rabbi Yehuda, you have until an hour and a quarter before Shkia or Tzeizik Chavim. Tfilas ha'erev, Ma'ariv ein lo keva. What does that mean? We just learned in the Mishnah that Ma'ariv is until Chatzos, whatever. That's Shema. Now we're talking about Shemona Esrei. Shemona Esrei could go all night long. V'shal Musafim, and Musaf goes Kol Hayoim. And we take out the next few words, although in the Mishnah is there. V'riminu, mitzvasem neisachama. You're telling me you could daven Shemona Esrei of Shachris like we do. We're doing it now, all the way till Chatzos. What happened to the fact that the mitzvah we learned is with the nets? Kidei shismach gula l'tfila, v'nimtzim espal b'yoyim. Kidei yahila v'sikin. There's a type of person called v'sikin, says Rashi. These are people hamagdim l'mitzvahs mechazrin, and they're looking lasis dover b'zman mitzvahs. They always want to do the mitzvahs in time. In other words, like Chaim Kornbluth over here, he davens v'sikin every day.
10 minutes.
His grandfather's yard site today.
10 minutes.
One of the originators of the daf. He's in the first day. He was the one that pushed me to do it 2 years ago. Yishkoyach Reb Chaim.
That's why he's sitting in the Mizrach.
He's in the Mizrach. The Mizrach. So why does Chaim daven v'sikin every day? Because he's mechazer lasis mitzvah bizmano. There's an inyan. But other people, not so chashiv. So because of Meker Adin, you're supposed to daven v'sikin. If I'm not mistaken, the Mishnah Berurah says that if you're daven v'sikin, even people make this mistake, I believe, even if you don't daven every day, you should daven b'yichidos v'sikin. It's better than davening b'minyan at the regular time. You're going to say no, it's only people daven all day. I get it. Zok the Gemara. I might be wrong in that one. I can't quote any more halachas from my Rebbe. As we learned earlier in the Masechta, you want to say that the first possible time, that's Netzachama, and you say Shema right before it. Now we're going into halachas of somebody that forgot to say Shemona Esrei. A person didn't daven Ma'ariv. Mispal Shachris Shtayim. He davens 2 Shemona Esreis in Shachris. What if he forgot Shachris? Mispal B'mincha Shtayim. Kuli yoyim matzli v'ozel. Ad Chatzois. Yovel Yischar Tfilo Bizmano. So now the question is, how are you telling me that you could only say Shachris Shemona Esrei until Chatzois? It says over here you could say it Mincha, Ma'ariv, you could do it all day long. The answer is, there's 2 Yisoides here. There's Tfilo Bizmano and there's Tfilo. Yes. You're saying the tefillah, and you're supposed to say tefillah all the way through the day. You're not going to get that extra schar for davening on time. Amazing question. A person didn't say mincha. What should he do? Should he say 2 arvis, 2 ma'ariv? Ma'ariv is the next day. What shaychus? I understand that if you forget to say ma'ariv, you say 2 shachris. It's one day. It starts in the evening, it goes to the morning. But over here, tefillah is instead of a carbon. What if, could you bring a carbon musaf on a Tuesday? Absolutely not. Once the day is over, it's over. At the end of the day, davening is to beg rachamim from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kol emes the boy matzli v'azol. Toshma. Domer Avonu bar Yehuda, Omar Rabbi Yitzchak, Omar Rabbi Yochanan. Tov le'ispal mincha, mispal arba shtayim, ve'im bezeh mishum davar yoy moy bada korban. It says before, if you forgot mincha, you daven twice, Meir, even though it's the next day. Meisvei. Move us lo yuchal liskoy v'chesron lo yuchal imonois. Move us lo yuchal liskoy. You make a mistake, you do something crooked, bad, you can never fix it. What does that mean? It says Shabitel Kriya Shema Shel Arba, Kriya Shema Shel Shachris. If you forget, you don't say Shema or Shema in the morning, Shema in the evening. Or Tefillah Shel Arba, Tefillah Shel Shachris. Or Shemona Esrei. V'chesron lo yuchal imonois. Rabbi, so listen to this. His friends say, let's go do a mitzvah, let's go to a wedding, let's go to a let's do tzedakah, and you don't want to be part of it. That is the chesron leyuchal imanos. You're not going to be able to count that loss that you have. A person that says, I don't want to daven right now, then he'll never be able to make it up. But if it happened by mistake, then you say two Shemona Esreis afterwards. Omer Ravashi, they cannot mean the Ktoni Bita, but Ktoni Ta, Shma Mino. We have an easy Omer here for 7 minutes. We're holding up Chavavim Beis, V'lo Yispal Mincha Be'erev Shabbos. Here's another amazing question. I forgot to say Mincha on Friday. Now it's Friday night. We're talking about Shabbos. What should I do? I can't say Shemona Esrei on Shabbos night. Says the Gemara, Mispalo B'lo Shabbos Tayim. You say 2 Friday night Shemona Esreis. Why? Because as we explained, and if you think about it, you say, did you daven Shemona Esrei? Shemona Esrei. It's not Shemona Esrei. It's not 18 brachas. It's 5 brachas. But on Friday night, you're also supposed to say Shemona Esrei. Well, you don't say Shemona Esrei from Tircha de Tzibura. So to say a Friday night Shemona Esrei for daytime, a daytime for day, it's all the same. You could be Yaitza with Shabbos. Here's the same question. If I didn't say the Mincha Shemona Esrei on Shabbos, now what do? Now the next Shemona Esrei available is Matzah Shabbos. It's already weekday. You do say 2 Shemona Esreis, Matzah Shabbos Shemona Esreis. What do you do with Havdalah? When do you say that? This is the halacha Rabbi say. When you do Tashlumim, the Tashlumim is always the second one. So the first comes, now I'm davening Ma'ariv Matzah Shabbos, let me say my Ma'ariv Shemona Esrei with Havdalah. The second one will be instead of the Mincha Shabbos that I missed. What if he made a mistake? And he said Havdalah in the second Shemona Esrei. Amazing halacha. Shniya also loy, Rishona loy also loy. You have to say Shemona Esrei for a 3rd time because the Shemona Esrei that you said first was wrong. It didn't have you said the Tashlumim first. Tashlumim comes second. Memela, what I said first doesn't count at all. The second one counts for Ma'ariv of the weekday. The first one that I said for Mincha of Shabbos doesn't count because Mincha of Shabbos has to come second. Memela, I have to say a 3rd Shemona Esrei for Mincha of Shabbos. Lememra, the kivin, we have to hold questions because it is literally 5 minutes. Lememra, the kivin dolei avda b'kamaisa kamandolei tzalidami. So it seems like, I have to repeat Shemona Esrei of Matzah Shabbos if I forget Havdalah in it. Umadrinalei, and then you go back. Let's skip this for a second. Havdalah b'choinen hadas. If you forget to say Havdalah, why all of a sudden now you have to repeat the Shemona Esrei? Says kasha. It's indeed a kasha. However, they say, yes, but in this case, that a person is doing tashlumim, he does have to say a 3rd Shemona Esrei. Go figure it out. Akapan, let's go back to the first halach in the Bryce. It says, if a person made a mistake and he didn't say Gvur Shamim, he didn't say Masha v'ruach ha'morid ha'geshem b'tchis ha'mesim by Mechayim Mesim. U'sheilan, he didn't say v'sein talum motel of racha, machzir noisoi, you have to repeat Shemona Esrei. Itmar, skip 2 lines. Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Chanina Omar, Tfilas Ovis Tiknum. Where do we get Shachris Mincha Ma'ariv? From the Ovis of Avram Yitzchak Yaakov. Not that they necessarily said, Baruch Atah Hashem, Mogen Avram. Avram Avinu didn't talk about himself. He davened. Later on, in Anshe Knesset HaGedolah, they were masaking the Tfilah, but at the times that Avram Yitzchak Yaakov did it. Rabbi Ben Levi Omar, Tfilas Keneged Tmidim Tiknum. And the Gemara is going to say it's actually a combination of Ovis and Korbanos. I have a right to Rabbi Ben Levi as well. Tanka was the Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Chanina, Avron tikkun tefillah shachris. How do I know he did shachris? Shenemar v'yashkem early in the morning. Avron ba'boiker el hamakom asher omad shom. And we already said in the beginning of the Masechta, omad means min amido el tefillah shenemar v'yamu pinchos v'yifalel. Yitzchok tikkun tefillas mincha. Shenemar v'yetze Yitzchok l'suach b'sod l'ifnei sar before the evening. Vein sicha elo tefillah. He spoke to Hashem. Shenemar tefillah lo nikiyatu b'lefnei Hashem yishpech sichoi. His conversation. Yaakov tikkun tefillas arvis shenemar v'yivga b'mokim v'yolin shom. V'mgio elo tefillah shenemar v'ato al tispal b'yad ha'om hazeh v'atiso b'adam rino tefillah v'ativga bi. Tivga is a lotion of tefillah, and that happened at night. V'tani kavasad Rishon ben Levi. Why is it only until midday? The first Tamid goes until Chatzois. So in fact, this is how it goes. Rabbi Yehuda says the Tamid goes until the green line, and the other man says until the red line. The Tumah goes until the evening. Rabbi Yehuda ad plaga mincha. It's not true. It goes until plaga mincha. Shari Tumah shabin arbaim kor v'oilach ad plaga mincha. Why can you damage Shmoneh all through the night? Shari yivarim uvtarim shalinis aklu mi be'erev krevim v'olchim kol halayla. You put an oila on the mizbeach. It goes all through the night. And why is musaf all day long? Shari korban musaf shkorev kol hayoyim. Again, on Shabbos korban musaf. All these korban musaf go all day. Rabbi Yehuda ad sheva shais. He's mechulik shari korban musaf korev v'oilach ad sheva shois. Vezi mincha gdoila. What's the zman of mincha gdoila? Misheish v'chetzi umechza ulamala. As we explained over here, mincha gdoila. You could start half an hour after chatzois. Vezi mincha ktana. Miteisha shois umechza ulamala. 9.5 hours from the start of the day, or otherwise known as 2.5 hours before the end of the day. Iboilo review the plag mincha kama komar. Or plag mincha achreina komar toshma the same Rabbi Yehuda plag mincha achreina amru vihi yud aleph shois 11 shois chaser revia. In other words, 10 3/4 hours, because you take the 2.5 hours divided in half, you're left with 1 1/4 hours from mincha ktana to the night. Name it to have it to yufte the Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Chanina Omalach Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Chanina loyla memelach tfilos avos tiknom. At the end of the day, the shachs michamayr because of the avos. Vas mechinu rabbanon akrabonos. He's going to say no. What I meant by avos, I meant the avos b'mesakin, but it's in conjunction with the karbanos. The leitei ma'achi tfilas musav Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Chanina mantakno. El tfilas avos tiknom. Vas mechinu rabbanon. Who made musaf? Anshe Knesset Gdoila made musaf, but it had to do. It goes together with the avos, the shois, the way the hours work together with the karbanos. Have a wonderful, exciting day. Beautiful. Yoni Meisels, Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov, where are you, Rabbi Yoni? I saw you by the door.